Hey everybody, welcome back to Gun Deals. Today on the table we have a PSA AKP chambered in 7.62 by 39. Let's get this review started. Alright folks, so yeah, this is the AKP. It comes with your gun lock, user manual, and things like that. It comes with a 30 round PMag if your state allows it. We are unloaded for all you internet safety officers out there. Alright, we're going to start at the back. We'll go butt to tip. At the back here we have an SBA 3 tactical brace. I love SBA braces. They are awesome. They do have other versions like an SBA 4 and things like that, but this is probably the most popular. It does have a QD sling mount back here, and it is adjustable. Also, you have multiple adjustments for your brace. Moving back, this tube here is an M4 buffer tube. Obviously there's no buffer system in here because it doesn't require it. But the nice thing of having this is it allows you to have the option to change out your brace, put another different brace on, or if you decide you want to SBR this 10.5 inch, you can do that. And then you obviously have this in place that you just need to throw your stock on once your form has been approved. So now it does have a standard castle nut back here. The castle nut has been staked twice, which PSA is now doing with all their firearms, and the staking looks really good. Moving along, we have your takedown button right here. We'll go over that in just a little bit, just a few minutes. Moving down the furniture, you have a Magpul grip here. Love Magpul furniture. This one is the polymer one. So all polymer has some kind of stippling on each side, and it has some serrations on the front and back. You can get a decent grip on there. Very nice indeed. And it has a little storage compartment at the bottom there for whatever you may want to store. I usually just store batteries and things like that. Moving up, all the rivets and everything on here look excellent, very nicely machined. And then we have obviously the safety right here, and it does have an extended tab out here so you can manipulate that with your finger. On top we have a dust cover that has this is a hinge dust cover, which is really nice, and has a 1913 pick rail already built in, which is awesome, because typically with AKs you'll have the part back here where you can put on the side mount that goes over the top with your 1913 pick rail, and they're kind of expensive, like $100. So this is saving you some money that they've already built this in, and I really do like that a lot. Makes it more slimlined as well, so very, very cool. The trigger that we have down here is a single stage trigger. It's not like a two-stage trigger where you have some take up, you hit the wall, and then you have the fire. This one, it kind of just rolls through, if that makes sense. So you pull through, let me see if I can do it this way. Pulls through, absolutely no wall at all, but it's smooth, it's audible, it's tactile when it goes off, and it's pretty crisp. And the reset, you got a little bit of let out. Very positive and very tactile and audible reset. It's a decent trigger. You know, I had no problems with mine, but I always kind of recommend upgrading to the LG AKP trigger, the AK trigger. They're not very expensive, and I think even though this is not a bad trigger, I really do prefer those other triggers. Cheap upgrade, well worth it. Okay, so with all AKs, you do have your paddle release right there. Love paddle releases because for me, I think they're very intuitive and they work great. So I do like those a lot. Huge fan of those. Now with your bolt, this is the GF3 line. So GF3 and above all have hammer forged parts. I don't think actually even PSA makes any of their AKs that don't have their hammer forged parts anyway, but the bolt carrier and the front trunnion are all hammer forged, and that's what you want to hear. You don't want cast parts or anything like that. You want them hammer forged for durability and long lasting. So you do have all that. You have your rear sight here that obviously works with your front sight right here, which is what I used when I was in the review process, and they were accurate. I had no problems with them and they worked great. Okay, so let's take that out. Moving up now, PSA has 20, 30 different varieties of these AKPs on their website. I really like this one because I like the rail here. It has M-Lok slots and things like that. So there's kind of the classic polymer furniture, which I'm not such a big fan of. Then you have the wood furniture, which I do like on AKs. And then you have these more modern designs, I think, that have the M-Lok slots. You get M-Lok slots up here, here, underneath, so plenty of spaces. If you SBR, if you want to put a vertical foregrip on here, or if you want to put lights and lasers or whatever you want to do, plenty of space to do that. And I really dig the look of these rails. And again, the machining is excellent. They look really good. And now you have, this is obviously your gas tube, and on top of the gas tube we have a little bit more 1913 pick rail if you need to add something up the front. Under the handrail is a 10.5 inch 4150 steel barrel. The twist is 1 in 9.5 twist, and obviously we have a mini crank brake up the top here, and then we have a little loop for attaching your slings right there. So now with your mini crank brake at the front here, this is another great feature I love with AKs. If you don't like it, it's so easy to change. So you just got to depress this little part right here, and then you just simply twist off, and then you can replace it with whatever you like. Now the crank brake works fine. I did get some nice fireballs, which you've probably seen in some of the shooting videos that I did. It does produce some nice fireballs, but if you don't want to do that, obviously you can change this out really simply, put a flash hider on it or a different kind of brake, whatever you want to do. But obviously it does work just fine the way it is. So overall, cosmetically, I think it's one of the better looking AKPs that they have. Just a personal preference, of course. You might prefer the different varieties, but I think it looks really cool. It's well machined, well constructed. Everything looks great on it. Now, to take the AKP down, or just any AK in general, you're going to come back to this takedown button, which I showed you before. You're going to push that in and lift it up. Now, this one actually works really well. I've done some AKs in the past from PSA where the button's been, it's pretty hard to push in. This one comes out really smoothly, and it's on the hinge, like I said, which is really nice. So it just sits up like so. Obviously, this is your bolt carrier. Then you have your guide rod and spring. To take that off, you're just going to push forward and lift it out and back. And that's your guide rod and spring. You're going to take out your mag, and then you're going to pull back on your bolt and bolt carrier. This has a ton of carbon buildup on it because I say I've been shooting it, I haven't cleaned it at all. So yeah, that's why it's filthy. Usually this will be kind of a stainless steel look at the front here, but that is your hammer forged parts. And then you have your gas block up here, or gas tube up here. There's a little lever right here. Just lift that up, make sure it is level, and you should be able to just pull that out. And I just twisted it again. There we go. So there's your gas tube. And again, very easy to change out. And that's it completely field stripped like so. And you can see your fire control grip and things like that in there. But that is it. And then just go in reverse and put it back together. All right, we're all back together. Okay, so let's talk about, let's go over PSA's warranty real fast. PSA does have a lifetime warranty on all of their firearms. So if you ever have any problems, hit them up and you can send it back and they will fix it for free, which is really awesome. I've used their customer service previously. It was something minor, I can't remember what it was, but they took care of me, not just because I have the channel, but I didn't tell them about that, but they did take care of me. It was something minor, I really can't remember what it was, and it was a long time ago. But I always found their customer service to be good. I've had no personal problems with them. Now, shooting it was awesome. I mean, who just doesn't like shooting, period, right? But it was really fun. I loved the fireballs. That was really cool. The trigger ran great. You know, I got a little bit of speed up with the trigger. You know, I went through a couple hundred rounds of steel cased ammo. Again, zero issues whatsoever. Really fun to shoot. It's accurate from the distance. I was probably just shooting at about 110 yards. And it was, I mean, I'm not looking for groupings. Personally, I wasn't looking for groupings. I was hitting targets at that, and it was hitting them just fine. So yeah, very cool. Again, if you don't like the furniture on this one, check out, they've got so many other ones you can check out. But all in all, a very cool firearm. I really like it. And yeah, very impressed indeed. Let's talk about the price point. To get the best price on this firearm, scroll down to the description, select the UPC code there, and then enter it into Google and search. And then look for the gun deals link, which is at the top here. Click on that. That will take you to our website. Simply scroll down and you will see where it is in stock and the price. Select whatever one you would like. All right, folks, that is pretty much it from me. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask them below. I'm always happy to help out wherever I can. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it really does help us out, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. And that's it, folks. Until next time, I'll catch you later.